Welcome back to the Music City Surrey Showcase, funded and sponsored by the City of Surrey for what I like to think of as like a really full circle moment. And today's guest is the youngest one that we've ever had here, and she's participated in multiple City of Surrey programs like Band-Aid and Basement to Stage. It's so nice to meet you, Kiara. Thanks for joining me in the studio today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'd really like to learn more about kind of what got you into music and how you got into some of these awesome programs. And then maybe we can talk about some of the cool stuff that you've done so far.
My family, they're really big on music. Like my mom growing up, her whole family liked music, and she kind of like affected like us with all her music and stuff. So I grew up like really liking music, and she noticed that. So she started putting me in lessons, and I started about when I was like 6 or 7, and I think I had my first competition or like performance when I was like 8. I've performed at a bunch of different places, and I met Sam through Basement to Stage and what's it called?
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid, yes.
Cool. So, and you're only 14 now, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I heard that you went down to LA for a competition already too.
Yeah, I've been to LA for a couple things. I went down there to record because in 2022 I went to LA for a World Championships of Performing Arts competition, and I ended up being in the semifinals.
When you were 12.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And I got bronze and silver medals. And I've done that competition I think once or twice. And a producer found me, and he invited me back to record some music. So that's my song Candy Crush. It's released. I went to Times Square to release it last year during Halloween. They had some really big festival, and yeah.
That's such a crazy experience, like a list of accomplishments already when you're so young too. What's it like? What's your experience been like so far, like writing and collaborating with other people, especially in these big music cities?
So I haven't done much writing myself. Like the Candy Crush song, that was written by like a producer hired someone to write that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't represent like me as much as like I would want it to. So I want to start like writing my own songs and being able to find someone to help me produce that.
Yeah.
And it's really fun like going around and like meeting new people that like have the same interests as you and that can help you do what you want to do, like make music.
Yeah. You mentioned like a representation of yourself. What does that look like and feel like? What are some of your influences?
My mom's a really big influence on me, and I feel like my family too, they support me a lot with my singing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I want to like start writing my own music to represent and reflect who I am and like what I like.
Yeah.
So I need to like try and focus on that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who are some of the artists that you think kind of define your tastes or are similar to how you'd want to be?
I think that like it really differs on like how like I want my music to sound, or like what I like to listen to is really different from like what I'm good at performing. Like some people, like Billie Eilish, I really like how she puts all her emotion into her songs.
Yeah.
But I think like songs I'm like good at are like really like belting kind of songs.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pink has some good ones.
Yeah.
That I'm like decent at. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, that's like really got me into singing. And yeah.
Yeah. Pink, like, she does belt for sure, but she's also got that emotion, and she does a lot of writing too. And I feel like you can definitely tap into those emotions without being on that soft kind of introspective singing perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be cool to kind of like, do you find that Billie Eilish influences you in her style too, or what does your style feel like?
Yeah. I'm not really sure what my style is yet because I haven't gotten to experience as much as I want to.
Cool.
But I want to like try some things out. But I love how much emotion she puts into her songs, and the lyrics, they all like mean something. And I just find myself like listening to her lyrics and like actually reflecting on her songs.
Cool. Yeah. So you talked about Candy Crush a little bit. Do you have any other released music right now?
I have a bunch of covers I did like when I was like really young, like when I was like 9.
Cool.
But I think right now I kind of mostly just have like Candy Crush as like my newest one.
Nice.
But I don't feel like that reflects me as much as I want it to, you know?
Yeah.
Because I didn't write it. So, yeah.
What about live performances? Do you have, like, talk about some of your experiences with that?
I really like performing live when I, like, really, like, relate to the song.
Yeah.
There's been
so important.
a bunch of, like, really meaningful songs that, like, when I perform live or, like, with other people, what I've been enjoying about Basement to Stage is that I get to perform with a band. Because I don't really have the opportunity to do that much because I don't know many people that are into what I'm into.
It's such a great program for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just find that it's, like, so fun. And I learn a bunch of songs that I, like, wouldn't think I would do.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I feel like nothing more important than learning to perform and collaborate with other people, because you're going to meet so many people when you're in this music scene too. And just learning to play in a band is something that, I don't know, it was my favorite part of coming up, you know? So I feel like you got to cherish those opportunities to work with others and let their style influence you too, you know? Like,
yeah, that's what I've noticed lately.
Yeah. And you talked a little bit about working with a producer, and working with co-writers is also kind of just the same. You've got to find people that you mesh with.
Yeah.
What kind of relationships are your favorites when you're working with other people? Like, what do you look for when you're working with others?
Someone who, like, understands or, like, can give me different, like, opinions. Even if I'm, like, set on something, but they have an idea that they think would be better, I want to hear it. And I want, like, input on, like, what could improve me.
Yeah.
Because some people will just, like, stick with, like, something normal, but I want to, like, do something more.
You never know what you're going to get when you keep your options open, too.
And I feel like somebody that is not boring.
Yeah. I think I've had a lot of conversations with other musicians where it's been like people that I collaborate with or people that I want to hang out with on a personal level, too.
That's like kind of what I want to look for. Like someone I could, like, really connect with, too, would, like, be really helpful because they'd understand who I am and what I would like want to do.
Cool. Can you talk, like, a little bit more about, because you've done so many cool things, what's been your favorite part of performing or recording music so far that's made you feel most like this is, like, a true representation of who I am as an artist?
I think, like, again, like, working with the other people, that's only something I've, like, recently started to do. And it's, like, very fun. I want to continue to do it more, and I want to find, like, people I can work with and create music with, because I don't play any instruments. I really want to learn how, but, like, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So meeting someone that can do that and, like, help me through it, like, I could write lyrics and sing, and they could make the music, and we could work together on that.
Cool.
That would be so much fun.
Well, if you do want to learn to play an instrument, quick plug to our FP course. You can learn piano or guitar. Just saying. So one question I always ask people when they come on the show is, what's something, if you had to give one piece of advice to someone who's just starting out, they want to get into music, they have no idea what it is, what would it be?
I think just make sure not to rush it, because I've, like, done that before. And when you rush things, it comes out very different from how you want it. So you have to take your time and just don't give up. It's going to be hard, but maybe it's just not your time yet.
That's so, like, exquisitely put, too, especially for someone so young. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And where can people find you online, Kiara?
You can find me on Instagram at Kiara's Voice, on TikTok at Kiara's Voice 23, and YouTube and Spotify at Kiara Dokai. That's KIARADOKAJ.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming into the studio. It was so nice to meet you, and I can't wait to hear you sing for us, too.
Thank you for having me.
And to everyone back home, thanks for joining us for the Music City Surrey Showcase. See you in the next one.
Did you really think I'd just forgive and forget? No. After catching you with her, your blood should run cold, so cold. You two-time and cheap like you wanna be. You're a fool. If you thought that I'd just let this go, I see red, red, oh red. A gun to your head, head to your head. Now all I see is red. Did you really just say she didn't mean anything? Oh, I remember those words when I come for your soul, your soul. You dug your own grave, now lying in it. You're so cruel, but revenge is a dish best served cold. I see red, red, oh red. A gun to your head, to your head. Oh, executioner style, and there won't be no trial. Don't you know that you're better off dead? I see red, red, oh red. Oh. Run, hide. Oh, we're so done. Better sleep with one eye open tonight. I see red, red, oh red. A gun to your head, to your head. Executioner style, and there won't be no trial. Don't you know that you're better off dead? I see red, red, oh red. Now all I see is